You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hey there. Welcome to episode 134 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
$134. Pretty big number.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Dad.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
You ready to do a podcast with me?
More or less. First time in a while I've been on the show, I think.
It's been some time. I'm not sure when the last time you were on, but it's been several months.
You'll have to check.
We could do that sometime.
Yeah.
But you're here.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
You are dripping with excitement. I can just see it in your eyes. You're
Thanks.
so happy to be here. So, in the last little bit, you just turned 14.
I did.
How does that make you feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're, have you started the second semester of school yet?
No, that's in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks' time, I think.
So grade 9 exams are coming up.
Unfortunately.
How do you feel about that? Are you prepared?
I don't think I'm very prepared.
No?
No.
Have they started review yet?
I think so, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, you're the one in school. How come you don't know?
I don't know.
Are you not paying attention?
I am.
So they've either started review or they haven't. It's either yes or no.
I guess they have then. Because, 2 weeks. That would be good time.
So you have 4 exams?
Well,
What are your classes this semester?
my first period is cooking.
Okay. That's what the class is called?
No, it's hospitality and tourism.
Hospitality and tourism.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that. Then for my second period, it's Canadian geography.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Is it boring as heck?
Well, I haven't fallen asleep in there yet, so
That's good.
there's that.
And it's almost over.
Yep.
So that's all right. Okay, so you have hospitality and tourism in case you want to
Yeah.
be a restaurant manager.
So basically cooking.
Uh-huh. And then you have geography,
Yeah.
but just Canadian geography.
Yeah.
Did you learn about the Articles of Confederation? Or is that more of a history thing?
Pretty sure that'd be more history.
So how can you have a whole course just on Canadian geography? Explain this to me.
Well, first it was maps, mapping, compass rose, legends of a map, that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the identifying what's, parts of Canada.
What are some of the parts of Canada?
Well, provinces, territories, and then in those provinces and territories, if I could speak properly, that'd be great.
I'm sure you can do it.
So in those, there's cities and towns and capitals, and so stuff like that.
So stuff you already knew.
Yeah, and right now we are doing... What are we doing? We are doing something with... What are we doing? We were doing... I can't remember. But I can remember we were doing something.
I hope so.
We were. It was something... No, I don't think it had to do with maps. It did have to do with maps. It's latitude and longitude. Longitude.
Yes. Okay.
And it's that stuff, that kind of stuff. That's what we're doing.
So it's really boring or it's really exciting? And you're learning a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have lunchtime,
Yeah,
which is probably your favorite subject.
Well, it is a nice break.
Okay. And then after lunch?
After lunch is period 3, which is science. And now we're learning about electricity.
Circuits and series and all that stuff?
Circuits and series and stuff.
That's all I can remember from
That's
grade 9.
pretty much all they're teaching us, so...
Okay. If a circuit goes, it can go in series, but what's the other thing it can go in? There's 2, right?
I think.
Do you remember?
Not really.
Oh boy, and exams are in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
All right.
It's fun.
Okay, and after science, what do you got?
excuse me, after science is shop class.
Ooh, what do you do
It's
there?
a metal shop.
Welding?
So, yeah, welding.
Have you done some welding?
I have done some welding.
How are you at it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is it your
Not the
favorite?
biggest fan.
No?
No.
Have you built anything? Or just put two pieces of metal together?
Mainly just that one.
Doing
But
corners?
we're supposed to, basically the culminating is supposed to, build something. Really anything you want, really.
Are you going to build a robot? You should take some metal pieces and build a robot for your dad for his Rusted Robot podcast.
Well,
Because if you
Sure.
remember, several years ago,
so many years ago,
I made a robot for your class project.
you did.
So this time you could make a robot for me for your class project.
I can see what I can do.
So the culminating, that's what they call
Yeah, the culminating task.
the year-end thing, the independent
Yeah.
study or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, so you've got cooking, geography, science, and shop.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite?
I don't really know. Cooking wasn't as good as I thought it was, because there's a lot less cooking than you'd expect there to be.
What is there? More prep and
There's-
kitchen etiquette?
A lot of prep, a lot of kitchen etiquette. There is a lot of cooking, but culminating not really about cooking. It's like designing a restaurant.
Would you like to open a restaurant?
Probably not.
No?
It sounds like a lot of fun, but it also sounds like a lot of work.
Well, you watch a lot of those cooking shows.
I do watch cooking shows, yeah.
And you love cooking,
I do like cooking.
but you don't think you want to open up your own restaurant?
No.
How about a bar?
Probably not.
When I was your age, I wanted to open up a bar, and I wanted it to be all rock themed, and I was going to call it the Cavern Tavern. And
That's a good idea.
And when you went through the entrance, it looked like you were going into a cave, and then all the walls looked like cave walls, and all the drinks would be named after like rock formations and stuff.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And there'd be like torches on the wall, like you see in the movies.
Good idea.
Yeah, that was the idea, but of course, never did it.
Yeah, no. If you could redo life, would you try and do that?
If I could do it all over again?
Would you try and do that?
Probably not.
Probably not.
If I had to do it all over again, I would have not gone to university. I would have taken like a trades course,
Trades course?
like carpentry, mechanics.
Do those pay better?
Plumbing,
Or just are better
electrician.
hours and stuff like that?
No, then I would know how to do things.
Oh.
I
Well,
went.
is that too?
I went to university and got an English degree, an English literature degree. It's useless.
Yeah, it's really not doing you a whole lot when you're a mailman. I mean, you can read them, but
I can read the letters.
you're
and
not
the
really
numbers.
supposed to.
Well,
You're supposed to, deliver them.
oh, is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah.
Oh, phew! Good thing you told me. I almost forgot.
Hey, at least you have a more than basic understanding of the addresses, so there's that.
There is that. That's true.
So,
So
not me the biggest help, though.
probably not. So you've got these 4 courses.
Mhm.
Your exams are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What are your 4 courses for the second semester?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nope.
Don't you have phys ed? Isn't that one of them?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Because I remember we went through the thing and we picked your courses. So I'm sure it's probably an English class, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a little bit tired.
Yeah.
A little bit tired.
A little bit.
Okay, so you'll have English and you'll have phys ed because we told you to get phys ed out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I know that's not your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have a history,
I think so, yeah.
and I don't know what the other one would be. Cause
I don't know either.
Math? You have math this year?
Probably
have
no.
math.
It's either math or one of the arts things, because I remember taking one of those.
Right.
I think I might have taken photography.
Photography.
I'm not really sure.
That's a
I
course?
can't remember. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a course.
Lots changed since I went to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's neat. Are you looking forward to second semester?
Well, I don't know if it's going up or down, but I hope it's going up.
All right. So you've been 14 for just over a month.
Yeah, a little bit over a month.
Does it feel any different from being 13?
Not really.
No?
No.
What are you looking forward to?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
Don't.
Do you have any goals and dreams?
Nothing I can name off the top of my head.
Who do you want to be when you grow up?
Someone successful, hopefully.
And how would you define success?
Well, successful enough to probably not run a business, but at least be somewhat in a position of power in a business.
You want unlimited power?
Not really unlimited power. Like, there needs to be a limit somewhere. But it would be nice to have a lot.
A lot of power?
Yeah.
But you don't want to be the head guy.
No.
Because that's too much responsibility.
That is too much.
But you don't want to be the low guy because then you have to do all the crap work.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be somewhere in the middle? Or
strike a balance.
Somewhere closer to the top. Like the top third in power?
Yeah, that seems nice.
Yeah?
Like, enough to get a medal, but nothing too prestigious.
A medal.
Yeah.
Is it like a trophy?
Well, I mean, you said, in the top third, so I was thinking of, races.
Ah,
You know,
yes.
getting, a gold, not platinum.
Gold, silver, bronze?
Yeah, gold, silver, bronze.
So, you want a bronze medal?
It would be nice.
Why don't you aim for the gold?
Well, gold means that you gotta take... it'd probably a lot of paparazzi.
You're really thinking lofty, aren't you? Are you gonna be like an actor? Do you want to be an actor?
Maybe.
Because usually paparazzi only go after actors and musicians.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So is that what you want to do? Do you think you would be like to be an actor?
Maybe.
You gonna take some drama courses?
Maybe.
It's all maybe.
Well,
How about we have some definitive answers? Because what I've learned in the last little bit, I don't know if you've been listening to the podcast or not. Probably not.
probably not.
Probably not. But I have learned no more wishy-washy stuff.
No more?
Make positive decisions. Whether the decision is right or wrong, just make a choice. Deal with the consequences later. That's what you have to do.
Well,
At least that's what I've learned.
that's what you've learned from your
Multiple years of experience.
multiple years of experience.
The mistakes I've made, the decisions I've gone through, everything.
Probably wouldn't do it again, but it's probably to where you were today.
Well, you know what? If I had to do it all over again, there would be different decisions made.
There would be.
But you know what they say? If you had made a different decision, you wouldn't be who you are today.
No.
And you know what I say to that? Yeah, I might be somebody better had I made a different choice. That's what I say to that.
Well, I mean, there's always one way to look through the looking glass, and there's always another way.
So you're saying there's two ways to look through it?
Well, if it's a monocle.
What?
A monocle is basically a glass coin.
For your eye.
For your eye, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody actually wear a monocle.
No.
Except for the guy on the Monopoly box.
You haven't seen... What is the name for the peanut, on that Planters... I think it was
Mr.
Planters.
Peanut.
Oh, it's just Mr. Peanut?
It's Mr. Peanut.
It's that got the top hat and the monocle?
Yeah.
It's just Mr. Peanut.
Just Mr. Peanut.
Wow.
Pretty simple,
Really simple.
huh? Yeah.
Well, I guess it is kind of an old brand, too, so...
Yes. It's ancient.
Not really ancient.
No, you don't
But
think
it
so?
was a while ago.
At least 100 years.
Probably not.
You know what? Let's look it up right now. Since
Oh,
I have
well.
my smartphone, I will tell you exactly when Mr. Peanut and Planters arrived.
Mr. Peanut.
Planters
It's a great,
Peanuts?
great name.
and let's see.
Great name. Anyways,
I'm just waiting for it to load.
yeah, it's taking its sweet time.
The Incredible Tale of Mr. Peanut.
Incredible tale.
It was a humble beginning, just a young man's idea that you would like peanuts better if they were removed from their shells and husks, blanched and salted, and how right he was. Amadeo Obaio and Mario Peruzzi, another Italian like himself whom he had persuaded to be his business partner, had great vision and ambition that has resulted in Planters Peanuts being known and loved around the world today.
What an epic tale.
That is, see, 1906.
1906.
Yep, that's when...
So what? Time this is coming out, how long does it usually take for it to come out?
we're recording Wednesday night.
We're recording Wednesday night on January the 8th, 2020. Also, Happy New Year's, by the way.
Yeah, Happy New Year's to you as well.
Yeah.
So this will come out, once I take you home tonight, I'm going to edit it and have it ready for upload for tomorrow.
Okay.
So
by the time you guys might be hearing this, it's at the very least, January 9th. And so, let's see, January 9th, 2020. So, you said it was 2006? 1906?
1906 when Planters Peanuts.
So 1906, when Planters Peanuts was made.
And then it says the mascot, Mr. Peanut, is one of the most visible symbols created in 1916 by a young boy, 14-year-old Antoni Gentile, who had won a contest to create a mascot for Planters. So, You're 14.
So the mascot...
This guy is 14 when he
Well,
created the thing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. See, that just says you can do anything.
So the mascot is 104 years old, and the actual brand thing is 114.
Correct.
So yeah, that's a while ago.
And you haven't even taken math this semester.
No.
Look at you go.
I know math from last year.
You know what now is a good time for? If you would listen to other episodes of the podcast, you would say, well, Dad, I think now would be an excellent time to listen to a promo for another podcast here on the ESO network.
Oh. Well, would it be a good time for that?
I'm glad you suggested it.
Hey all, this is Drew Leiter from the Station DCU podcast, and I'm here to tell you that Cletus and I are back. Yes, we got one of the shuttlecrafts working that got marooned on a planet called Mogo. No, not the Green Lantern planet, but that's a story for another time. We're here to tell you we're back. We're back to talk about DC news, we're here to talk about comics, and of course we're here to talk about DC television shows. We're very excited about talking Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover coming up. So make sure you tune in to listen to us. We're right here on the ESO network.
And wasn't that a great promo?
Was pretty good.
Wasn't that the best promo you never heard?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, so you'll have to listen to the podcast episode when it comes out tomorrow so you can hear actually what that promo is. Because I won't put that in until the editing process.
Yeah, it's editing. Unfortunately, we do not have a script.
No, there's no script.
Yeah, no.
No, it's all about life. You just wing it.
Yeah, life doesn't have a script. If it did, it wouldn't be fun.
And why was that? Because then you would know the ending.
Yep.
And it's always best not to know the ending.
Yep.
Do you believe that?
Yep.
Yeah.
No one likes movie spoilers.
Some people do, though.
Some people do.
Those are weird people.
Yeah.
Because it's all about surprises.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to get.
But then again, some people just don't like surprises as much.
Reminds me of a movie I watched one time. You ever watch Forrest Gump?
I don't think I have.
Huh. And you know what Forrest Gump always used to say? You don't, because you didn't watch the movie. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's where that came from, everybody.
You've heard that before, right?
No. Yes.
Yes?
I have.
Yeah. That's where it came from.
Not from him.
No, it's in pop culture. It's
Yeah.
become such a part of the culture and the lexicon that you don't even know where this stuff comes from.
Exactly. It's been lost to the mist of time, but we found it.
Well, it wasn't lost.
No, it wasn't lost.
Old people like me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we found it.
And one day, when I make you watch that show, as I'm continuing your classic movie film education.
Education.
Yes. Like, for example, what did we do Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, we watched, if I can recall correctly, we watched both Die Hard 1 and 2.
Correct, sir.
And they were both pretty good.
Yes. And that is my every year Christmas tradition.
Christmas time tradition.
And it was the first time you'd seen them. And you liked them.
And I did.
That's right. So that's good. And I think we've watched RoboCop, the original.
Yeah.
We have.
Yep.
We watched, have we watched all the Terminators yet?
I don't know if we've watched all of the Terminators, but I remember we watched a lot of RoboCop. I think we watched the original, and I think there was also a remake.
Yeah, horrible remake.
Yeah.
You've watched Rambo First Blood?
Yep, that was good.
You love that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've heard that the last one, Last Blood,
Yeah.
I've heard it wasn't good.
I went to the theater to see it,
Was it?
and it could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fine, but it was not a good, worthy send-off for the character.
Yeah, no. They did too good. They raised the bar too high in the first one and just couldn't follow up.
Well, I think that was the fifth one, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean like the first one.
The first one was great.
Yeah, First Blood?
Yeah, First Blood.
They raised the bar too high for that one.
Yes. Excellent film.
Yeah, they set the bar just a little bit too high for their standards and couldn't follow up as much from what I've heard.
Yeah. Like, it was alright, but it wasn't great. And have we watched all the Star Wars films?
I don't think we have. I think we've watched a good majority of them, though.
I believe we have. Okay, so I think your movie education has been coming along. We watched Weird Science not too long ago.
Yes, we have.
Did you like that?
That was a good movie.
Yeah. Okay. So a little bit of a wide variety of different things, not just robots and killing.
No.
So It's good. Got to get you to become a well-rounded individual.
Well-rounded movie-watching individual.
That's right. So you can get your pop culture references, which is important.
That's important.
Yes. So when I ask you if you'll join me to rule the galaxy as father and son, what do you say?
I say that is a Star Wars quote.
Ah, see? Very good.
Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker. If you believe.
That would be correct. 42-year-old spoiler alert.
Oh, it's a long one.
Right?
But would it really be a spoiler alert if it's a movie that's kind of old?
There's always people who are being born who have never seen it.
There always are, so I guess, yeah. It's spoiler warning for which Star Wars movie?
Don't ask me that. It's either the one from 1977 or the one from 1980. I can't remember
Right,
which one
so-
that they say it in. I think it might be The Empire Strikes Back that he actually says that.
Spoiler warning for either one of those.
Yeah, it's like a 40-year-old movie,
Yeah.
roughly, give or take a few years.
Yeah.
We'll have to rewatch them soon.
Should.
Yes. So, do you have any questions for your dad? Any words of wisdom that you need as you go forward on this journey called life?
Well,
Is there anything that is really top center of your mind? And you're like, you know what, I really need to know this.
yeah, nothing I can think of off the top of my mind.
You got life all figured out?
No, not really, but just can't really think of anything right now.
Okay. Well, one piece of advice I can give you. Never start a fight, but always finish one. I got that from Babylon 5, which is another series that is excellent and you need to watch.
All right.
And it just celebrated its 25th anniversary last year.
Happy 25th anniversary.
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5.
Yeah. So that's it?
I guess that's it.
You got nothing else?
Nothing else I can think of now.
Other than wanting to be successful when you grow up, do you have a specific job in mind?
Nothing specific I can think of.
When you look back at this podcast 20 years from now, what do you think you're going to take away from it?
Think that I'm going to realize that I was right in the fact that I didn't know what I was going to go into, but hopefully by then I found something.
And if you had advice to give yourself now, what would it be?
What do you mean by that?
So you're 14.
Yeah.
You're listening to this episode, say 20 years from now, and you're 34 years old, and you're living your life and you're doing whatever, and you're like, oh, I really wish I could give my younger self some advice. Project your mind now, 20 years into the future, and talk back to who you are now. What would you say to yourself? Can you even do that mind journey? Or you haven't had enough life experience?
I don't know if I've had enough life experience,
That-
but I probably, if I could think of something, if I could take a guess, take a wild shot in the dark, to maybe try and see if I can get a job early, and also get a good balance with my community hours for high school.
There you go. Okay, very good. Also, I would implore you to say yes to adventure,
Okay,
take risks, and follow your heart.
good advice.
It's hard to come by.
Yeah, not just from you or
It-
from anyone
it's-
specific.
It's easy to be scared and not do things. And fear has always run my life, and I've always missed out on opportunities because I didn't go ahead and do it. Because I didn't know what was going to happen, so I was afraid. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you could go back in time to whenever you made one of those types of decisions,
Yeah,
you tell yourself, do it anyways.
do it anyways. Push through. Take the leap.
Alright, that's some pretty good advice. Not just for me,
No,
but also for you out there watching this, or listening to
Listening.
this podcast.
in podcast land.
Yeah.
Soul Forge podcast land.
Soulforge Podcast Land.
Where a kid can be a kid. No, wait, that's Chuck E. Cheese.
That's Chuck E. Cheese.
That's totally something
I've
different.
never been to a Chuck E. Cheese.
Me neither.
I don't think they have one. Have they ever had a Chuck E. Cheese in Timmins?
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. They
But-
did have a Burger King at one time.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think I ever got to go there though.
Well, it closed up in 2008.
Yeah, never got to go there.
You might have been there when you were a kid. We might have dragged you
Maybe.
because they had Star Wars
I
toys.
would
back
have
in
been
the
pretty
day.
young.
Yeah, you would have been. Like, not enough to remember.
Yeah. Like
But yeah.
3.
So, anyway, all these episodes that I'm doing of both Soul Forge and Rusted Robot are going to be out there in the internet forever. So, if I mysteriously die in some kind of an accident, you'll always be able to hear my voice. That's a little bit of a morbid thought, but not everybody has that. And that's partially why I do this podcast, so that years later, you can hear who your father was. little special treat for you.
Well, thank you.
You're old enough to know that now. So anyway, I think that's a good place to end the show.
Yeah, a good place to end the show.
Thanks for coming on board the Soul Forge train.
Anytime.
Glad you could be here.
Glad I was invited.
Hey, anytime, son. Anytime. So, listeners, thanks for coming by. Do all the things. Leave a 5-star review in the podcast store.
That's a risk you want to make sure you do take.
Yeah, we only want 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
For anything else, it's welcome, but not as welcome.
No, we don't want anything less than a 5-star.
Yeah.
It's true. Because that brings our rating down. And the more 5-star reviews we get, the more audience we can reach. And I can continue guiding all the people out there along the journeys that they're all taking. Not that I'm an expert, but I do what I
Not that
can.
you're an expert.
No. But anyway, that's all I got for now.
That's all you got for now.
Thanks for coming by. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. And remember, be stubborn about your goals and flexible about your methods. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.